V announces his tournament is now begun, and Dan is not on the team! I am Haru. Welcome to my review of episode 16 of Bakugan Gen 3. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen this episode yet, go back and watch it now. But if you have, sit back, relax, and enjoy my review of episode 16 of Gen 3. The first part is the best of the best. We start with V announcing that all the brawlers in every clan have got their powers to pair back again. Wow, we only got like 2 episodes of people getting their powers back, and they were focused on Dan and Mia. The rest of the Misfits don't get their own dedicated episodes to go through their own character arcs and get their powers back. Instead, they just get very subtle mentions. I think this is a result of having the series being only 26 episodes. We lose the opportunity to really further build connections with other characters, except for the ones that seem like they're guaranteed to market in real life. Dan and Drago obviously being the poster children of the franchise, and Mia and Ventry because teenager waifu baits. We don't get to see Griffin overcoming his reliance on technology, or TC getting Hammerhead to say things other than eat meat, or Juno getting afraid of certain challenges showing vulnerability. It just sucks how everyone else has got relegated to the sides when they seem as just as important. So V announces a brand new Bakugan tournament to determine the strongest clan, this time with the Misfits being included. Wait, if your plan was to have a tournament, why didn't you just restore their powers in the first place? Why did you have to go through a fight to get their powers back? If they had to fight to get their powers back, that means there's one sad set that still doesn't have their power back because they would have lost every fight. Why not just use the ability to restore their powers as leverage to get the clans to enter? Only having Dan's fight broadcasted to show you can give their powers back, and then restore their powers temporarily for the tournament. I feel like I just wrote a much better show. Though the tournament format is going to only feature 3 brawlers from each clan, and V bribes the task force general to not get involved in the tournament since the general's son brawls for the mammal clan.
I think I definitely deserve some kind of medal, or award, or plaque, or certificate. Something that's official or shiny.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Well, there goes Chip's role for the rest of the series. This part really shows that not even members of the task force or everyone in the government really agrees that Bakugan are dangerous and that they should be persecuted. Very nice touch. So the Misfits are arguing about who should represent the Misfit clan in the tournament, so Dan suggests a Baku Olympic tournament to determine who should be on the team. I swear Gen 2 did an episode exactly like this before.
Ready, set, go!
Of course they can't show Juno actually firing a gun.
That shouldn't count!
Why? Nobody said that we couldn't fly.
Based.
Okay, this doesn't seem fair.
Well, now you know what it's like.
Oh, come on, that's not even remotely similar. It's not her fault she's got no arms.
Hammerhead wins!
Hold on, you want to be in this tournament too? But you didn't say anything when we talked about it earlier.
Newsflash, Dan, if TC didn't want to be in it, why is Hammerhead competing in the first place? And yeah, this is pretty ridiculous, but you know what? It's kinda entertaining how they just forgot that it's a tournament and it's just who wants to win more.
None of these contests have anything to do with brawling.
Who cares? Let's just do it all. I wanna win!
And we even get a KAIJU cameo. Nice to know that he's not a forgotten character. So Dan suggests the thing they probably should have done in the first place, which is to have a free-for-all brawl. You can just feel the filler that they put in just to not only meet their 11 minutes requirement, but also to get in their 1 brawl per episode quota. So because the Bakugan are now all exhausted, Dan suggests drawing straws to see who gets to be put on the team.
It all comes down to chance?
So what was the point of all that competition?
I'll tell you what the point was, Griffin. Length! So they draw straws and Griffin, Mia, and Juno are on the team, meaning Dan and TC are left out. Look at Mia's Anya face here. We move on to We're All in Trouble, where it's the start of V's tournament, and the first match is actually not involving the Misfits. It's Function against the Oak. Wait, what? That's his name?
The Oak from the Mammal Clan!
Wait, what? What? That's his name? Yeah. Hilarious.
This is actually really interesting. I thought this match was just going to be one of those quick 1v1 throwaway fights to just show the tournament, but no, this fight actually takes up almost half of this part's runtime. And oddly enough, both Oak and Function are voiced by Taylor Abrahamsey. I guess it's a lot easier to have one guy voice 2 characters. Also, the lenses on Function's glasses were green, but in this shot here, they're clear for some reason. But hey, we also got a look at this gen's replacement for Hydorus, which is King. This fight, honestly, is pretty good. Seeing characters we are not used to seeing square off, and that makes the show rather interesting to get invested in when they do this once in a while. Not only that, but they mainly use this fight to show off the new BAMs and also the new rules that V implemented for the tournament. My own theory is that the Oak here is actually the son of the general that V paid off. Really still a great way to open your part.
What's this? The next brawl has ended before it even started!
More like we've finished our quota, we don't feel like showing you another brawl. Meanwhile, Dan is bitching and whining about not being in the tournament.
I'm great with straws. It must have been rigged.
Weren't you the one that shuffled it and held the straws, Dan? But TZ then shows up to try and convince Dan to come back to the mod and show his support for the team.
Everyone's working hard to get ready for the tournament, but they could definitely use your help.
It just reminds me that I don't get to be in this awesome tournament like everyone else. Trust me, it's better that I'm not there.
You see what I mean when I said in the 3rd episode that Dan was coming off as very annoying and unlikable? Well, now they just amplified it by 100 here. Jeez! TC takes Dan to the carnival for a day of fun to cheer him up.
Are you kidding me? You could win that golden shoe!
That is my color!
Dan needs something gold since all the gold went to Ventry. But we get this scene that I think not only saved this part, but also Dan's character.
But there's another reason I wanted to come. I was hoping coming here might, I don't know, jog my memory.
I never thought I was good for anything but brawling. But maybe I could be a good big brother.
Dan coming to realize that brawling is not the only thing he can be good at and really becoming a true leader. Remember in the 1st episode, he could not find a focus on anything no matter how many things he tried before Bakugan Brawling came into his life. But here, Dan comes to terms with himself, convincing himself that he can be more than just the guy that does cool things with Bakugan, but he can also protect his friends like an older brother figure. I think it really works and ties Dan's character down great. He doesn't have to be this absolute strongest brawler in the world to be the best. Being the main leader sometimes means being able to take a step back and help lift others.
It's time I stop focusing on just myself.
We saw a glimpse of it with the episode where he takes on KAIJU and Nilius, but it makes sense that they would want to take the time to really develop it, making him face his realizations head on. So something happened to Juno, and Dan and TC jump off the Ferris wheel to get back to the mod, and it turns out Juno has a sprained ankle, leaving her status in the tournament in doubt to close the episode. So that was episode 16 of Bakugan Gen 3. Let me know your rating of the show was in the comments down below. This episode was alright, definitely not amazing, but not terrible either. I do like that they went with different people to start off the tournament and gave us a full fight out of it. That really builds on the world's people. Dan got the start to a pretty good character arc for a main character, and they do build upon what they were, I guess, trying to do since the start of the series. That said though, pacing still really feels off. We rushed through the restoring powers arc to the point where it kinda doesn't make sense. The competition thing just oozes desperation and zero ideas for actual plot build-up, and it made the timeline for events seem frustrating to follow. So, I'll give this episode a special attack in the middle. Thank you for watching this review of Bakugan Gen 3. Be sure to press the like button and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Ren, thank God for Rapid Fire, and Ventry is based. Bye!